feel a lot of pressure to end this thing. I've never done this. So the summer 2015, me and my really good friend Ryan, we went on our road trip. We had planned it for approximately like 4 months. And we were going to go from northwestern Pennsylvania to Yellowstone National Park to Denver, Colorado, or roundabout to see our friend there. So we're planning this trip out and we're like, no hotels, because we're men. Right? I know how to pitch a tent and I can start a hot fire. That's what we think. So we take off on this travel. It's our first, both of us, our first road trip ever. We go from up by Erie, for quickening the story, to Wisconsin, and we end up in the Black Forest National Park, or Black Forest State Park in Wisconsin. To this day, I've been in a lot of trails. It's the worst marked state park in ever. There's 0 trail markings anywhere in the place. So we're like, we don't know where we're allowed to camp, where we're not allowed to camp, but he read on Google that we're allowed to camp pretty much anywhere. So it's starting to get dusk at this point. We've been in the car for about 9 hours. And we have our tent in the back of the truck, and we're ready to go. It's our first night as men going on this road trip out west. So we get the tent, we get everything out, and we're ready. And we're outside for maybe 20 seconds, and there's just a curtain of bugs. It's the worst thing you could ever imagine. If you hate bugs, it's even worse than you could imagine. There's just a curtain of bugs, and it's dusk in Wisconsin. So we get everything and we run about 200 yards into the woods. We're like, if we're not allowed to camp here, they probably can't see us anyway, so we're going to be fine. So we pitch the tent and everything. We get inside. We're probably outside combined about 10 minutes total. That's with running, 2 trips in, pitching the tent, getting inside, and we start up our water boiler to make some tea at night because we're men. And so we're sitting there around this little thing boiling water. And I get out my cell phone, I'm like, I'm going to let my mom know that we're here alive. It's been 9 hours, so I should probably give her a heads up that I'm still doing good. So I'm on the phone with my mom. Like I said, we were outside for maybe 10 minutes running through curtains of bugs. And I'm talking to her, I'm like, yeah, the trip's going great. Made 3 stops for gas. We're in Wisconsin now. And we're just sitting in the tent, killing time. And as I'm saying that, my buddy points to my jeans, and I look down, there's a tick. And I've never had a tick on me before, but I'm like, no big deal. So we get the tick off, and I keep talking to my mom, and he points to the other leg, and there's another tick. And so we get that one off, too, and we put him in a water bottle. And we're sitting there, and I talk to my mom for maybe a couple more minutes. And by the time I hang up with my mom, there's 2 other ticks on my jeans. So we have 4 ticks in a water bottle at this point, and we're 9.5 hours into this trip. And I start getting freaked out because I hate ticks. And so I'm like, I don't know, man. I was like, we just got to double check, make sure we have no ticks on us anywhere. So we go through all our clothing, and in total we found about 11 ticks. And that's, 9, I'm cool with staying in the tent. 10, you're going to have to persuade me with some beers. 11, we're going to go to a hotel as soon as we can. So it's about 10 o'clock at night at this point. And, we found 11 ticks combined. One of them was burrowing into my buddy's leg. And we're like, hell no. We're going to a hotel right now. So just as quick as we ran everything out to the woods, we run everything back to the truck. We go to a hotel about 20 minutes, 30 minutes away. And we both go in, take a shower, and we're ready to go the next day. We're all refreshed. And the next morning we go out. We're going to to the Badlands, South Dakota, then North Dakota, then down to Colorado, Wyoming, Yellowstone, all that. And we wake up the next morning, everything's good to go. We put our shoes on, we drive out to the Badlands, and it's 105 degrees. We're walking around all day. About 24 hours after we found all those ticks on us, we're getting into our next, we're we don't even know where to camp right now, so we're just going to check into this biker hotel in, where do they have Biker Week at in South Dakota? Sturgis, yeah. We were in Sturgis. The girl smoking cigarettes comes out, checks us in. We go into this small hotel room, and we're taking off our boots, our hiking boots. And my buddy finds 2 ticks under his shoes after 20 plus hours in a car, walking through the Badlands, hiking and everything. And so we go through the whole routine again, double check everything, get a shower. We wake up the next morning, and like I'm like at this point, I'm just like I just know there's ticks on me somewhere. Like I'm not even questioning it. I don't know where they're at, but they're on me, and they're probably doing their thing by now. So just let it play out. So, anyways, the next day we're driving, find another 2 ticks on his dashboard. We end up in Colorado like 3 days later. We're hanging out with our friends, and we stayed one night in Yellowstone. We actually camped out in a tent, made a fire because we're men. So this whole trip was supposed to be all tents and out in the wilderness. We ended up spending one night in the wilderness and a whole bunch of nights checking each other for ticks like crazy and just accepting that there was going to be one on us. By the time we made it back, about 6 days later, if there's one thing I found out, it's that ticks can go the fucking distance because they suck so bad.